at once. Like, Ember Spirit and Void, where's the synergy to melee? And then Merlini reminded me, wait a second now, Ember Spirit does a lot of magic damage. And, you know, Beastmaster is sort of similar in that front where you've got all the summons, you got your Necro books, they can sit outside of the Chronosphere.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Earth Spirit he's okay, he's got Magnetize, and I should just not say anything and pretend like I know it, but interaction with Omni Slash and Chrono, you can no longer Omni Slash inside the Chrono, right? Once you jump into it, it stops you and you're frozen.
Right?
Right?
Still Omni.
You can still Omni and Chrono?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking of Storm
asked.
Spirit, I think, was the change. I don't know. Now
Maybe.
I shouldn't even get into
well,
it.
like I know Death Ward, for example. That was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
You used to be able to put that inside of the Chrono, easy peasy. Now it doesn't work. And I thought Omni was similar, but I'm misremembering. So, okay, so even more synergy there then. Jug can hop in, Omni slash a target that's locked in Chrono. So they do have a little more synergy than it seemed at face value when you're talking about a really heavy melee lineup like this, with Oracle being your singleton support. Or singleton ranged, rather.
Yeah, this is pretty good. You can go for kind of that like Deso first build, probably from air. You can do like the Vanguard Deso was kind of sick, or some people will go like Helmet Dominator into like maybe a lighter damage item too.
I think he'll go like Phase Drum Battle Fury. That would be my guess. I think Era will try to play like a fairly active early game if possible, but there will be a Battle Fury at some point. If they have a really good early start, it could be some early combative items and then like a 20-minute Battle Fury to farm to the mid game, or if he's just completely left alone, I think he might go for it. But that's just me guessing on Era's play style and kind of how they generally like to do that 4+1 style with him. But you're right, there are a lot of options with PA now, and the Abyssal change made it so Vanguard early is totally, like, maybe not first item, but, you know, picking it up.
Makes it pretty legit.
It's a very viable pickup in the first 15 minutes if you're like the frontliner that's fighting a lot. Just like how Vanguard on Spectre can be totally viable. If you're actually fighting and using it, it's a great item. Where it's not good is when you go Vanguard, then just sit there and farm passively and think, wow, I could have had a Radiance by now if I had just saved my gold.
Lanes come out as expected. Nothing too shocking here.
Grand with the harsh. Yep, this looks like a 16th foot hamming draft. Oh, God. Battle down bottom, Maposhka has taken a lot of right clicks. The Torrent connects, but who's actually going to fall first? The Venomancer getting low. Oh, my, it's the Earth Spirit that goes down. Synderen, he will not live. Afterlife has to dive the tower. Then back on the other side of it, it's King R that gets left behind. Oracle only level 1 with Fortune's End. Buys himself some time. Two melee heroes trying to chase him down. He gets stuck in the trees. And he will actually fall. Looking okay for escape. They only lose Synderen. They get the first blood, and they get 2 kills out of it. But wait, there's more. Maposhka still going in deep. Synderen's respawn, come back down to the bottom lane. Now Oracle's respawn. He's coming back down to the bottom lane, and we will have a try on try. It's an aggro try from escape.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was
everyone chilled
really
out now.
Strange sequence for the first blood. Whew. So, interesting tri-lane setups here. This one from Escape I would not have guessed. Sand King, Kunkka, Veno.
I mean,
Double
PA
melee
doesn't really
aggro
need
try.
help, I guess. Like, feeling okay up top, a little bit of harass. I mean, once the levels actually start stacking up in the board, you could see it being a little bit frustrating for Ghost Stick, but
Yeah.
or rather
true.
for
I mean,
for Era, but
the PA's harass is so annoying though, especially in these early levels. So I think he'll be okay at least to start. It is double melee on double melee, but it's a very peculiar tri-lane from Escape. The battle over the Bounty Rune. It will be Yapsor that grabs it. That's a play for him.
yeah, it's actually working out super well because he was not expecting this from Ghost Stick, so he went Iron Talon, and so he doesn't have as much regen up here, doesn't have a Stout Shield, can't man up against Era. Era has a full Poor Man Shield, so the boards do absolutely nothing right now. Well, in terms of like, you know, Ghost Stick running up and slowing down and being able to like trade right clicks is just not going to happen against Era right now.
Yeah. Yep. I am curious about this PA build, though. I'm really looking forward to see how they play around it.
I like the Vanguard. I think it's a Vanguard game.
You're
all
feeling
the summons.
the tanky, the survivability. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It is a good Crimson Guard game, just in general. Something that, not that he would go for it. I don't know even why I went there. PA Crimson Guard. What the hell is that? That was one of those moments where I just said words before I thought about what they were. I was like, yeah, that's not happening.
At least
Oh,
you've realized that. The important part.
I mean,
he gets this regen now at the very least, but
We've been live for 8 hours, guys. It's getting to that point.
It really
we'll Go
is.
ahead and pre-apologize here. Another pause, and DC.
oh god, please no.
Son of a bitch.
There was a hot fix, please.
So, is drum PA viable? What do you think? Like, does anybody do phase drum PA anymore, or is that just by the wayside with all these new awesome
drum
items?
sucks. Drum's dead. If you're not like Crystal Maiden, I don't even know like who buys like a snowball like Crystal Maiden.
Now that I'm like, what other heroes are like? Yeah, I gotta like. We've seen
Invoker's
some Bat Riders still do that drum thing.
Oh yeah, any int hero is like fine. Honestly, it's just all these agi heroes that used to buy it. It's just so bad now. You just like look at it and then you're like, I could just buy an Echo Saber, and then you think again and go, but Echo Saber's not even good on my hero, so I'll just buy a Dragon Lance even though I'm melee. Like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong. Twitch chat erupted when I said drums on PA, and I thought about it like, that is kind of an old school build. Nobody's really buying drums on agi heroes anymore. It's a good point. There are just better alternatives. I mean, Echo Saber, maybe not on every hero, but for some, it's just a straight up replacement. It gives you better in certain areas for strength heroes and huge damage. It's an interesting time for the early game. It's cool to see so many heroes having a lot of item choices. That just style of one cookie cutter build is not really the case for a lot of prevalent heroes right now. For most, there are a variety of different items you can open with and kind of take your build and like Juggernaut and Invoker, two heroes that know this meta well. Seems like a fairly even exchange mid within 1 or 2 CS of each other. Down bottom, Maposhka gets set up on. King Arn not going to be able to save him, it doesn't look like. Nice. Yeah, nicely done by Kezu, and they will get it. All right, 3-1, escape with a good little lead to get things started. What a mid-hero Juggernaut is, man. The fact that he can just keep up with an Invoker with Forge Spirits is actually insane.
Yeah, you do have to play it right. You have to itemize properly. Like, if your courier gets sniped, you're totally screwed kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that can go really wrong in this lane, like where it wouldn't be even, but with this whole, like, try versus try thing, there's no interference coming to play, so he can just properly play it the whole way through, and he'll be just fine.
Yeah, Afterlife down bottom, X'd up into a Torrent that doesn't connect, doesn't look like. They still got pretty good damage. He will be able to time walk back, lives through it. Weird that Torrent didn't... Did it do damage, just not knock him up because of the stun from Sand King, or did he just use it too early? That was a weird sequence.
I did not catch that.
Oh, I think he just mistimed the X Torrent combo.
I was going to say, I bet it's pretty fun for Kezu in this situation, like, playing as a professional offlaner and all these scenarios where it's just, like, you versus the world. I mean, that's kind of fun, but it's also kind of lame with Iron Talon these days, where it's like, all right, back I go to the jungle, gonna go do my thing, whereas now he gets to, like, interact with the supports, so, like, getting some kills, having some fun times.
They make a good point. It is a big change of pace playing what is effectively like a position 1 in an aggro tri-lane where you're getting all this farm and you've got a supporting cast. It's got to be fun. While we're paused checking in on the other lanes, Era having a really good time in this safe lane. 28-14 compared to the 16-1 Beastmaster. Though I guess all things considered, Ghostic having a pretty good time also. Beastmaster level 5 at the 5-minute mark in the lane. That is above average, ahead of par, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I mean, considering you had to start Iron Talon, like, that's pretty rough. Up against just solo PA, Era's just non-stop spamming. He is the Bassi, so true. It's 20 mana. Like, that's so absurd.
Yeah, I hate winning against PA. It's not fun at all.
It's the worst. Like, early on, too, is when you actually feel like you have some kill potential, or if you get, like, a couple supports or something with you.
But no. Well, Yapsor crashes as soon as he loads. I mean, I can vouch for it. The second my draft loaded, my Dota crashed. We all saw it.
Dota 2.
Dota.
Are we at a beta now that Underlord's in?
Welcome to the Abyssal Underlord beta. Give us your feedback and maybe we can launch in 2017.
Yo, shout out to Gabe coming out in flip-flops, by the way. I haven't had a chance to say that yet, but that was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. What a guy.
Flip-flop game was on point. The fact that he's like that, it's like you can't even blame players for it. You see Envy walk out in his basketball shorts and flip-flops. It's like, yeah, well, look at Gabe. He owns Valve, son. That could be Envy one day.
That could be Envy one day. I'm sure he can handle that.
Oh God. Well, 3-1, 5
8 hours.
Yep. So Synderen level 3, the Venomancer is the big question mark for us. It's the newest hero. I haven't seen him at all today. Picked or banned, and it's definitely a change of pace. So Synderen, one of the supports that has been notorious since Escape Gaming has come together for having a relatively small hero pool. He does tend to play the same heroes over and over, so it's kind of neat to see him on the Venomancer, doing a little bit different, slithering around the jungle, going for a 1-1-1 build so far. Very well-rounded, just a little bit of everything. Just curious where he goes with it and what he puts priority in. They'll go in on the Afterlife again. King R is nearby, and they'll just put some damage into Kezu instead. Synderen on the way, but they won't be able to find a kill. That is one of the more awkward parts about this tri-lane, is their kill potential is a little bit limited. I mean, they have some catch, but...
It kind of, like, they have good possibilities, but there's just, like, this Oracle just comes and, like, Fates Edict someone, and you're just like, well, shit. Like, if there's any other duo, you could kind of see this pressure really working, but not only is it Faceless Void, who's notoriously difficult to deal with, he then has a backing up of an Oracle. So you might feel like you're kind of wasting this potential of, like, maybe being a little bit greedier, just something that we'd love to see Venomancers do where they just place their wards. Where's that Sunstrike?
I heard
catapult?
it, but... Okay. Ghost Stick! Oh, he gets caught by the Torrent! Wow,
was
that
that was Sunstrike and Torrent? That ward?
It must have been, yeah. That ward just went down, too, from Synderen. Beautiful setup. Yeah, I've heard the Sunstrike, didn't see it, but Torrent just barely clipped him. Now they'll go in on the Void in the bottom lane Afterlife. Points in the Time Walk. One creep away from level 6. They need to be careful for potential chrono. Torrent does not connect. He will get away.
Oh, top lane, they're TPing in. They want Era.
They sure do. There's the Primal Roar. This should be the end of the PA. 3-on-1. Nowhere for Era to go. No one to Phantom Strike 2. Creep Wave almost coming in time, but it's a good rotation. Nice kill. But now Void, he might be susceptible. They'll have an X. Kunkka sets it up first. Needs to find a Torrent combo, but nice Chronosphere. Very defensive, but it keeps him alive.
Yeah, that was a big rotation top now, though, so maybe they can try and apply some tower pressure. Just they do have a Venomancer, they can actually get under there. There's no Chronosphere to worry about. Just use your Caustic Finale to push this stuff in. Instead, it's Cinder coming over to just try and leech a little bit more if possible.
Well, even with that kill on PA...
Oh, he's looking for this courier, because he knows where it's going, because he saw the item on it. Oh. Go, Synderen! Kill it!
Synderen Dota, baby! Synderen Dota, baby! He doesn't have the damage to taste it. Now Synderen in a world of hurt. He does have a friend nearby. It's Yapzor. Torrent connects, and Afterlife will get X after the Time Walk. This could be good for escape. Now Kezu joining the party. He's got the stun. Do they have the damage to click him down? 5 seconds till the next Time Walk is up. Torrent does connect. I don't think they have it. Oh, just barely. Kunkka! The level 3 Tidebringer clips him on the creeps. Very nice. Now they go in for King R. Torrent to follow up. Fates Edict will buy him some time, but the right click's still coming out. Now the Purifying Flames, Undershot coming in. Omni Slash, Yapzor getting low, but Kezu's already killed the Oracle. They'll go 2 for 1. Escape. Have to be happy with that. Now back towards the mid lane.
Second roar.
It's initiated on. Another roar comes out for Ghost Stick, and it will be a kill on to Koikba. Action erupting all over the place here.
Yeah, Fates Edict not going to save you from the Tidebringer, that's for sure. So a little bit too late there from the Oracle. Could quite save from all that Torrent magical damage that came through, but...
Is this the new Kunkka build? I feel like we've been seeing this more and more, where Tidebringer is the primary instead of Torrent or X.
Yeah, it's split amongst some players. This is definitely the most popular one. Lately. Like, it's kind of like position for Mirana, where you're going to get up into that Armlet and then use that to accelerate yourself, but also do damage. Yeah. Whereas, like, you're not being that controlling, like, Torrent build or something.
If you go for like the X build, or you maybe a second point in Torrent, it puts so much pressure on you to find kills. With this, you can still find the kills. You can get in position with X, and you can go into the jungle and you can farm things from afar with Tidebringer. So that does make sense. So we've certainly seen games where Kunkka falls into that trap where he goes for the gank build, doesn't find the ganks, and then he's like level 3 at 15 minutes and can't really do a hell of a lot because he just can't kill anything. And if he shows his face on the map, well, he's a free kill because it's goddamn level 3 Kunkka. So, all right, I get it.
You know what else is a stick farming build? Caustic Finale.
Oh, yeah, baby. Here we go. Right in on the Afterlife. Both Sunstrike follow-up. It's a dream come true.
They thought it would be enough.
Nightmare.
Oh, why didn't you FP? The greed. The greed to save the epicenter.
That was like...
That's so greedy.
That was so heartbreaking. And it was so close, too. It was one auto attack. Undershock mid, now in a lot of trouble. Cold Snap sets this one up with Forged Spirits, and rotation for Kezu does secure the kill. Koikba getting credit for that one. Now back to the bottom lane. Yapzor could be in some trouble. Torrent slows down the Void, but he drops a solo Chrono. Ghost Stick on the way. Does not have a Primal Roar, but they do not need it. Yapzor will fall 5-7 as Empire strike right back with another kill.
Koikba top rune. Push is on the run.
Nice, okay. He'll survive. If he had a Cold Snap, probably would have been a kill, though. All things considered, I think still pretty good for escape. All 3 of their cores are farming nicely. Era's had a lot of space up top to farm away. He's got Power Treads, Blightstone, Poor Man's Shield. Couldn't have been more left from my suggested build, but hey, that's okay.
Well, it's looking pretty good for him, yeah.
It's great.
And
No,
there
dude,
is a
he's-
lot of push coming bottom now, though, thanks to that max aura. Ghostic has just done insane work this game on Beastmaster, honestly.
Yeah, they know there's no chrono, so they can be a little more aggressive with the defense. Era up top, taking a lot of damage. Undershot, already used the Omni Slash to get him this low. They get the magnetized reset, and it'll be a kill on the PA. Poshka getting credit for that one. Much needed kill there. I mean, Era's still farming very well, but these 2 rotations have prevented him from just balling out of control. And now he's actually at the tail end of net worth in terms of the course.
Oh, here's the FE now mid.
Yeah, they'll drop it onto King R, and that'll be the end of the Oracle. Fate's Edict certainly not going to save you there with all that burst damage with a stun follow-up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, so Tier 1 tower mid goes to escape. Very nice.
Yeah, I actually can't believe Ghostic's now above Era. That's insane to me. You know, he started with like the worst item build possible for his lane, and he's just killing it now. Gets both his first roars, just so immediately impactful, killing down Era and then bring down Quick from the mid lane too. It's like the dream start.
Yeah, he's on track for a really well-timed Necro book.
They're
Got about
chasing
1,100 gold.
top.
He's TP out here, yeah, just spin TP. I mean, that's the crazy part about PA, though, right? You just harass daggers, you get 1 crit, and it's okay. Maybe now we're in kill threshold, so you're. I can understand the positioning if that dagger he threw actually crit. That would have been pretty scary. Overall gold graph, 3k net worth lead for Escape. They are feeling pretty good right now. They'll group up themselves for a push at the tier 1 in the top. There is a glyph available for Empire, and they won't use it. So they'll just let the tower go. Don't take the free reset. Double damage rune on Koikba.
Oh, they're coming in. There's
Nice,
Chrono
easy
up now,
push.
though.
Yep, tier 1 tower mid in, falls for the Dire. Now Kezu set up on Afterlife, looking to find the kill. Ghostic with the follow-up. Kezu still alive. Wow, very nice. Now Ghostic could be in some trouble, but it's Maposhka finds a stun on 2, drops the magnetize. That'll be the end of Synderen. A long drawn-out fight, but now Kezu gets jumped on by the boy. He's able to get out. Sunstrike will connect. Bolt comes in. They get the Earth Spirit. Another great setup from Escape. They know the Void's in the tree line, but he will be able to make it back. That's Sand King escaping by the skin of his teeth. But he does
now
live at the end.
Undershock, still in enemy territory here too. But he's got Omni, and he won't cross his path.
Yeah, if he
yeah,
finds
Sora.
Tonka, it's like he knows. And the Epsilon just backs out. He's close to his armlet now. Has all the core pieces up. Era? Is it the Vanguard build after all? Ring of Health in tow? Or the beginnings of the Battle Fury? He's got the 4-man shield.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
more likely the Battle Fury?
Yeah.
Doubt it's a
Seems to
Lincoln
be.
Crush. That's for sure. Nice tower kill for PA. But looking at total tower count, only the tier 1 towers in the mid lane
going
down
in
for
top.
the Dire. Yeah, he is. Right on the Ghost Stick, and that's a Sunstrike. That's an easy kill for Koikba. And another one on the scoreboard.
Was that a bait?
Escape.
And they just weren't there in time? They hit a ward, I
No,
guess.
he just TP'd in. That was
just too
Kezu
late.
just TP'd in. And
No,
said,
no,
hey,
I mean Empire, like, because they have no
Oh.
tower. And the supports, I guess they just saw on the ward that they were a little bit too far back, so they just went for the play anyway.
I see what you mean, yeah. Undershot, taking some damage mid. Man, even a support Kunkka, that Tidebringer is pretty easy to underestimate. It's on a very short cooldown. Someone like Jug doesn't really have much against it besides the healing ward. The Absol's played a pretty impressive Kunkka so far. They smoke in the mid.
Oh, they know the rush is going on. They're coming. Smoke under the Venom ward.
Almost scouted out.
Kezu might be the savior.
Oh, they're not going to get there in time. Agent picked up by PA after Roach falls. Quick, but tanks the Omni Slash. Boat won't come in time, but it does stun Undershock. Era very low on HP. Doesn't want to waste the Aegis, but now goes in onto Maposhka with the help of Synderen. They find the kill there. Era, where do you go now? He does have the Vanguard, so he's pretty darn tanky. Ghost Stick drops the ult onto Synderen. A level 7 Venomancer is now Keiji joins the party. Does not have an ultimate, but has a stun. Now Void drops the Chrono, brings down the Aegis. The Absolor still alive, trying to do what damage he can. The right clicks are adding up, and now Era back alive, trying to right click down Undershock. One more dagger, Phantom Strike, but no, Oracle's there with a false promise. That gives Undershock the reset he needed. Fate's Edict disarms Era. He can't quite find this kill, but he gets it after all with a lucky crit at the end. Now some ring around the rosy. 2 left alive on Empire, trying to bring him down, but they can't, and he will just walk away. Pretty good fight for Escape, I thought, but the gold change is way in favor of Empire.
Yeah, it really is. I guess they have the Aegis too.
They're
but it went
4K
down.
gold behind, so I guess that's why Empire gets some of that extra advantage for getting those kills. But
Yeah, overall, I mean, you look at the graph and it's still weighted fairly nicely towards escape, but nothing too crazy. And I'm really glad Air went back for the Vanguard. I was kind of on the same line as you. It's like, oh well, I mean, he went for the poor man's shield, but I mean that's a fine dump, honestly, just from the laning snare and how much it helps you there. And Vanguard is just like so good at this game. You're gonna build an Abyssal eventually anyway if the game goes that long, and you're up against Beastmaster, like. Yeah, it's just trying to negate as many of those summons and that aura
and Juggernaut and Void. I mean, most of their damage is coming from right clicks. It mitigates so much when you get it at this early stage. So there's all these other items too. You've got the Ring of Aquila. You've got a little bit of extra damage from the Blightstone. Even just having the Power Treads for some extra strength makes her very beefy. 1500 HP just about when she's toggling onto strength. How's Koikva doing? There's the Drum of Endurance. All right, he's picked it up. Pretty standard stuff here. 2800 gold on him. Koikva still farming very nicely.
Walked into the
hog. Into a gank here. And he most certainly will. With Brown Boots, nowhere to go. Primal Roar to follow up, and it's a nice, easy pick for Empire as they rotate through the mid.
Got a lot of Beastmaster, man. Hawk. Good spell. Good summon.
A mobile ward.
Now
under shock. Oh no, Era, too much damage. The spin from Jug does not keep you safe from the Phantom Assassin. That's for damn sure. And it's another easy kill for Era. You fight, though. They're going to catch Kezu, or is it the other way around? Ghosted trying to TP out. He's already used the stun on the Sand King. So he will indeed live. The rest of Empire just walk it on back to their side.
Syndran's managed to farm up a little something of his own here, too. Get that Veil up. We have the Blink Force Staff on Kezu. A lot of these pretty sick utility items are done, and there's also 1200 gold sitting up here on Yapsaur, so might be able to get something additionally useful. And things just kind of start running.
And Syndran is also now level 8, which means he has Poison Nova. Now, last big fight, he was level 7. Hadn't leveled it up yet, so that did limit some of the damage output from Escape. Next fight, you'll feel that for sure. Chronosphere dropped on 1. Wow. It's just Yapsaur. Go stick on the high ground. They won't need to use the Primal Roar for this. They find the kill. Afterlife gets credit for it, but a little surprised they used the Chrono just for a single support kill.
Yeah, it can be frustrating, but when you're in a situation where you're kind of clawing yourself back, I think they feel like they're behind further than they might be. Like, they've lost that mid tower, they've lost their bottom tower, they haven't, like, quite pushed things in here. I don't know, it kind of feels like to me that they might be thinking they're under the gun here.
Yeah.
But just getting that one kill, hopefully they can transition that into the bottom tower push, and then they'd actually be evening up here on towers.
What's Maposhka got going on here? He's hiding in this cute little spot in the tree line. Does have a Jug on the way. Maybe they could set something up onto Era. He is all by his lonesome. Meanwhile, 3 heroes down bottom. Kezu sets it up onto Afterlife. That's a link that's out on the Void. First item.
Shadow Gaming.
Syndran stunned up, and he is taking a lot of damage. Wild Axes do connect, but he lives through it. Necro units get killed. I hear a Sunstrike. It flies through. Hits on King R, and he will definitely pop to that false promise.
Yeah, he was like super dead.
All right, so just a 1 for nil after all that. They do lose the tower, but they get that pick off. And Koikva's got his Aghanims now.
Yeah, that's really nice. So, no mobility item. Gonna just kind of chill on the back lines. Hope that his Kunkka and Sand King and even just the chaos of his PA will be enough to provide that sort of like a back, I guess more like a front line. He's just gonna sit back there and throw spells while he tries to farm up into his bots or maybe even into a Blink Dagger here. Good Yule's game too. A lot of nice options.
No doubt about it. PA moving into just BKB next item. I guess with the Mithril Hammer. Is it Vanguard Deso? Is that the build?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely in the play.
All right. Definitely damage. Yeah. All right. I see the Blightstone back at home.
As long as you get Vanguard this game, you definitely don't need BKB. So
I guess that is really
thumbs
defensive.
up.
I'm out of touch with PA builds, man. I need to pay more attention to what Wings Gaming is doing.
And MVP.
And MVP, that's true. MVP with the PA.
And they get some good ideas going.
Hey, Kunkka actually went back for drums too. So he's got Armlet Drum Phase. He's pretty beefy at this point also.
Yeah, that's a nice little supporty build. No real reason to get his lads or anything on a hero like that, so drums is more
and he benefits from the mana too. That is definitely one of the issues with Kunkka, especially in the support role. Big time mana issues. So Escape still comfortably in control, holding on to that 5k net worth and experience edge. Level 3 Necro Book now up on the Beastmaster as we just check in on general item progress. Lincoln's on the Void as we talked about, and Battle Fury now up on Undershock's Juggernaut. So pretty decent items across the board. Mobility here on the Sand King, Blink Force Staff, and the Deso is now up on PA. Now those daggers going to hurt that much more.
It's kind of a weird game for their side on Empire. Like, you've got this, like, you're going to start farming up all over the map now with your Juggernaut. What do they have? So he would have to get bashed, right? Yeah, there's nothing else. So if PA gets a basher, that would stop his spin TP. So he can be pretty free range up and around here for Undershock. And then your Void has gone for this whole, like, you know, Wings Gaming, Shadow, Lincoln's first, and then go for the Manta, go for the Diffusal. There is going to be this pretty sick timing at like 27 or 30 some minutes where they're going to be kind of scary to go up against. Like, you already have Necro 3, like maybe Ghost will have a Blink Dagger by then.
Yeah. I think the Void in particular, like you talked about, it doesn't really matter if you synergy with the Chronosphere if the Void is the one that's doing the big time right clicks, and he's well on his way even with the Lincoln's first item. He still hits for quite a bit when you talk about time walks mixed in there as well. Tower exchanging going about up top. Empire will push a lot faster. Some of that is the inner beast aura as well as just the extra summons. Tier 2 tower falls and Escape will be able to take out the Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Maposhka interrupts the TP on Cinderin. And we'll just head back home. An interesting little play trying to maybe get some Tier 3 action. But there will be a defense back from Escape. Boat comes in from Kunkka. A lot of damage onto Undershock. Break the Lincolns on the Void. And they will be repelled.
Cinderin almost goes down.
Dying down bottom. Sin, does he die to the Magnetize? He will. It's just too much damage. Not much they could do about it. Fair damage on the Tier 3 up in the top lane. They get it down to about half health. They trade their their Earth Spirit for that, but not a bad little play from Empire.
All the objectives have just been so strange this game. I don't think we've seen a tower defense. It's always just a trade every single time. Like, there was that one TP down bottom where people came in for that fight and cleaned up some stuff, but for the most part it's been like, okay, you guys push, we're gonna push. Like, we're happy with that. It's like, both teams kind of have these lineups where the counter initiation could be kind of insane, so you can't risk to like bring back all your people or something.
That feels like the story of this series, these odd kind of stalemate type scenarios where both teams have good ways to reset, disengage, and defend, but don't really have the best ways to just grab somebody and bring them down. We've seen a lot of Chronospheres, but we've also seen a lot of times where Chronospheres are not the end-all be-all of winning team fights. King R in a very precarious situation.
Is he living?
Not scouted him yet,
They can't
though.
see him.
He's actually staying in the fog. Very nice. I mean, well done. The creeps are attacking him, though, so if they walk by, they will see that the creeps are up to some sort of trickery. Meanwhile, on the tree line here, Afterlife, time walking deeper. He'll be okay.
Yeah, interestingly, not leaving. Not looking to get set up with anyone. I guess he's going to try and cut some waves here.
Okay. Kind of interesting. And then meanwhile, the rest of Escape just starting to continue to farm around the map. They seem hungry for a fight. Cinderin, though, he gets caught up top, so there's too far forward. Boshka catches him. Primal Roar from Ghost Stick, and a level 3 Necrobook. Good night, sweet Cinderin.
Yeah, I think they were scared about some sort of a rat play coming on in, so they just burned the roar anyway. Don't want to get ultied.
Yeah. The life now, TP's home is some potential rotations coming his way. Era with the Aegis. Where do you go from here? You've called this PA build to a T so far. What's the next step?
The Basher, right? That's what he's already working on. You mean
Straight
after
Basher?
that?
Yeah, well, just in general. Like, how do you transition this build at this? Like, when do you go right for Abyssal, or do you hold the Basher, grab something else? What's the MO?
I mean, what is it now? It's like nothing.
Nothing. You just get Basher and win.
Oh, are they jumping him?
Oh, Undershock does have a double damage rune on. They need to be a little bit careful. Era jumps in on it. He tries to spin out. And he'll be okay.
It's like, what is it? 15? It's 1,500 gold. No, that's what I meant by like it's like nothing. So it's.
Oh.
I don't know. I'd say that's kind of worth it, right? 1,500. I mean, is there any other item that you can pick up for 1,500 gold that's gonna be better than just getting the guaranteed bash rather than?
No.
No, it's some good stuff right there. So
the only thing that I could think of is potential BKB, but this is just not a good BKB game.
No,
Primal Roar, you've got Omni Slash, you've got Chrono, but in certain games, I think that's one of the only things you could really make a case for. Yeah.
Casual Hyperstone's also pretty sick, but not in this game, you know. Before you build it into your AC.
Casual Hyperstone, yeah.
Casual
I could see
point
that.
booster, you know. Yeah.
Okay, casual PA. This is really like a standoff. Both sides are just sitting back farming. Are we on the cusp of some core items that folks are waiting for? The Skull Basher is back up, or is completed now. A crit on the Kunkka, so Yapzor has really turned into this position 4 core now at this stage. Still not super farmed, but his right clicks do hurt. I mean, he's up there with the Sand King.
Yeah, they just smoked under that ward though, so escape smokes that went so well last game, not so good this time.
Yeah, unfortunate.
At least they do find it after. It was kind of tucked around, and there's a little bit of a nook here, so they didn't initially see it, which is kind of a nice little placement there. It's interesting, because you don't actually get the vision up here, but it meant that they smoked. And you still saw like one hero here. I don't know, it was weird.
Well, it looks like Empire will still be able to dodge it for the most part. Koikba has been a little more quiet this game than perhaps usual. He has quite a bit of kills from Sunstrikes and whatnot, but just happily sitting at #1 net worth. He has his BOTs up now, so split pushing a little bit, just trying to make the most of the map and keep these lanes shoved out onto the side of Empire. One of the other great things about PA against this Void build is that it's just so easy for her to break Linken's. She has maybe one of the most spammable Linken's breaking tools there in the Stifling Dagger.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better.
All right,
It's like
Bristleback,
Oracle.
I guess, with the sticky goo. It's number 1.
That's a pretty good one.
And
Oracle
this is-
Aghanim Scepter, what is it, like 1.2 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that
Something
one
disgusting.
actually takes the cake of just, oh, you had a Lincoln's? Yeah, well, that's
It's like the range on it too.
Yeah, okay, that
what
one
a hero.
is number 1, but it does require an Aghanims to be perfectly fair. Escape in kind of a cool position here. They're going to use the Venom Wards to give a little vision up towards the high ground, just chipping at this tier 3 now. Aegis expiring pretty soon. They've got about a minute, so good timing for Escape. Perfect opportunity to put pressure on. Ghost Stick split pushing in the top lane is the Beastmaster. Tier 3 has already gone down. Remember, they did do some damage to this tower already. There is a glyph for the Dire, so they will be able to delay things a bit. TP's coming back as he gets closer. Kezu taking a lot of damage. This is already TP home. Main fight breaking out though. Koikba caught by
He's dead.
Boat comes in. Boat maybe buys him some time. It does delay things just a little bit. They reinitiate. Stun the ult from Synderen. They do lose him after all, but maybe just
Ghost
maybe they
Stick's
can
in your
turn
face.
this. Oh no, it's Undershot coming out big. Eric gets a lucky crit, but it will be Empire. He gets 2 lucky crits. Oh my god. Yeah, he does come back to life. Compliments of the Aegis. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Ghost Stick is literally taking the base.
Yeah, he killed Kezu, had a sick max range axes to finish him off. He's cosplaying Moon Dota right now. You can practically hear the chants in the stadium.
Ooh! So he's going to grab the ranged barracks up top. Yapzor goes back to deal with Ghost Stick. He does have an X. He X's him right back, and this should be a kill for the Kunkka. I think he didn't torrent.
He's got Blink.
He's good.
Yo, Yapzor almost next level that so hard. That would be sick.
He was trying. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Era still going at it, just throwing daggers. It's only the 2 supports, so yeah, King Ar can slow things down, but he can't stop him. Era hops in, finds the kill. Buyback from Oracle. Maposhka now gets crit as well. Oh my gosh, the Fate's Edict doesn't stop the stifling dagger. King Ar about to die back. Now Maposhka buys back. Era still reasonably healthy. That's the scariest part about this. He's at 1300 HP. He turns. He's going to finish off the barracks here. Afterlife TP's in. Era might well die, but it's so worth it. He got 2 solo kills, forced 2 buybacks, and got a barracks by himself. Now a Primal Roar comes out. They will leave him high and dry. His unstoppable streak is conquered. Wow. What a strange... This has been one of the weirdest series I think I've ever cast. Just a really odd sequence of Kezu getting solo killed up top. Both teams losing 1 melee barracks, or no, okay, melee and a range, just 1 barracks and a tier 3. I think Escape wins it though, with those buybacks at the end. That's pretty damning in favor of Era.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, they got the melee racks too. There's only ranged up top, so it's
Yeah, that's true.
a pretty
That's-
massive win for Escape overall. It's just, again, like, things could have possibly been better. Just kind of like weird plays come out here once more.
Oh, Chronosphere right onto Yapzor, but there's a stun
He's
strike.
not even
He
gonna
will
die.
dodge it. Yapzor, I think he lives. He's
he's
starting to
living.
get healed up. Now the run comes through. Boat does connect on King Ar. Big follow-up damage. Afterlife getting low, but just barely lives in the burst of Kezu. Now the Magnetized doing some good return damage, but they can't keep the Oracle alive. Omni Slash almost brings down Kezu, but again, just not enough damage. Empire starting to fall short on resources. Undershock on the way out, but there comes the meatball, the ice wall as well. 3 down on the side of Empire. Escape with all still alive. PA was still in the grave from that fight earlier, and now the Abyssal Blade comes out. Escape Gaming really starting to pull ahead. It feels like they needed a couple warm-up games, but they are coming into their final form here, Trent.
Is that what this is? This is the final
Not
form?
their final form. Okay, they're
I
like
hope not.
Super Saiyan level 1. Okay, they
All right.
finally have gone Super Saiyan, but they don't know what's happening next season. Super Saiyan 2 is around the corner. Ghost Stick goes in quick by taking a lot of damage. Afterlife. Oh, the bow. He'll buy him some time. He doesn't have a chrono for 60. The Void gets obliterated. He does have a buyback, but the 3 heroes dead do not. Juggernaut has it available in terms of cooldown, but not enough gold. Radiant do not have a glyph. 27 seconds left till it comes up. Eric jumping in deep. He gets the bash. He brings down Ghost Stick. Now a buyback there. Empire on their last leg, and Escape about to break it out from under them. They are starting to run low on HP. Era needs to blink back defensively. They almost get the melee barracks, but Escape do opt to retreat. They don't want to get caught here. They know they've already basically won this engagement, forcing the buybacks, and they get the range barracks to boot. Now I think they make the call to retreat, and indeed they do. Empire getting starved out here, having to use buybacks and not getting anything out of it in return, still losing the barracks to boot.
Yeah, it's chill out time now for Escape. Just go farm up to that AC. Hyperstone's just been hanging out there on air for a while, but now Roche will be back in a little while, so they've kind of hit this window where it's like, all right, everyone just go get nice and healthy, make sure we have all our stuff off cooldown so we're ready to take this next Roche on and just close this game out. Like, this has been an exhausting series. You do not want to throw it away now. Like, Eric could have dove there, I'm sure, and diving closer and closer, and possibly just closed it out in a couple of those moments, but I would say wise maneuvers.
Yeah, I heard a Sunstrike, I think, but I'm not sure where it went off. Octarine Core now up on Koikba as Empire rendezvous for a 5-hero smoke. Looks like they want to beeline it towards the Roche pit. They've got the right idea, but it's not up yet. Still about 30 seconds short. Oh, no. Empire again just falling a bit short. It seems like everything is just going the way of Escape at this point. Grabs
Is this the Killy again?
Omni Slash, but he's got
Hey guys.
no defusal for the Ghost Scepter. Okay, now they get a dagger bash on the Undershock. Chrono on 4 from Afterlife. This follow-up there. Sunstrike gets huge. They're all alive with the Chrono down. Era gets Primal Horde, but he will survive. Synderen could be the first to fall, or even not. All 5 still alive for Escape somehow, some way. Empire just need more damage. They need to find some of these kills. Koikba in the top will be able to make it away. They're healing up, but Era catches the Oracle. Gets a couple of crits, and that will be the end of him. Juggernaut Ward on the high ground, trying to buy them time. Koikba playing Ring Around the Rosie against 2 up in the top, and now he has some help. Synderen's here. Afterlife gets the bash, the slow, the ice wall. I don't think Afterlife can pursue into this. He needs to be so careful.
Oh, Undershock's
first hit bash! Oh, the luck is coming his way, but now Era, he gets a crit. Afterlife will not be able to live through it. Luck for luck, as now they go in onto Maposhka. He won't be able to survive either. All the while in the mid lane, Kezu and Yapzor beelining it to the enemy throne. 4 heroes down, no buybacks available. It's just Ghost Stick left to try and make the hold of Ketchup with X. Torrent right clicks and a stun from Kezu, and this Beastmaster should get put 6 feet under.
I didn't even know you had been following that other fight. Like, they were chasing down Undershock in the mid lane. He had some sick jukes in the trees. He managed to blink himself out, but they got him just at the very last edge of the X, and able to help bring him down. So, I think Escape have done it. That tower is still up. That means it's throne gaming time. That's how they want to go with this.
No, this has got to be it. 4 heroes down, no buybacks, and they know it too. They can get cocky and try and go for the tier 4s if they think they have the damage. It's just an Oracle, and there is not much he can do. Maybe a Fate's Edict on the PA to slow down the push, but I don't think that's going to be enough. The final flip from Empire is used. I don't think Escape can actually end this game, though. They're going to get a tier 4, probably 2. This is still pretty crippling damage, but do they actually end it off this quick? Poshka jumps in, magnetized, shot by Arrow. Okay,
I think they might
actually the end. Damn it! I wanted to believe for a moment there. It seemed like they were doing an Omni Slash, starting to clear things out, but a boat flies through. King R gets destroyed as soon as he comes back up, and GG is finally called as the throne is moments from destruction. That will be a victory for Escape Gaming. A long, drawn-out series. And hey, we got something new on our pseudo score screen here. Escape game-winning victory, and now we get to continue.
Thanks, Bruno.